So we're going on a out lap at the moment here at Japan, where we are racing here at tier 2, and all the tiers are driving at Japan here. It's a very really difficult track for everyone. I think the S's are really dangerous, because if you touch the curbs, you really have to stay away from those curbs, and you really need to attack them as well. So really easy to get yourself out of the race. Look at this, just taking it really cautious on a really attacking those corners, and I'm running wide and getting an invalidation. Just don't mind on that. We're switching back to third gear on this one, and really quick upshift to fourth to get the traction right. And now it's all the way down to two fast left-handers, and whoa, and I lost it. So there was my lap to show how you can do on Japan, but let's just go for another one. And in Japan we really are having a very difficult track to drive on, and you can see by just clipping those curbs. Switching to third and fourth and fifth gear, heading over start finish. And the SS section is a really difficult one to get it right. I'm really thinking that there will be a lot of spins throughout the S's, because the S's are so slippery. But still, heading back to third on this one, and switching back to a quick fourth to avoid the losing traction. And now the second straight, there are a lot of overtaking opportunities on this kind of on the track. We're heading now into the last chicane, heading back to third and switching back to fourth and fifth to avoid some collision. And there was a lap on Japan, and now we're heading into the lobby of tier 2, where we have round 9 at the moment. So we will definitely see a thriller of a race. Hello everyone, welcome to round 9 here at Japan. And we are driving with 14 drivers on the grid today, with having one new name on the grid, and that's Harry Cooley. Harry Cooley has been placed from tier 1 to tier 2 because he talked to me and he couldn't match the pace of the tier 1 driver. So we decided to put him in tier 2, and we have a really competitive grid today. Really looking forward to it. And it seems like to have a dry session, and it's going to be very competitive between all the drivers. And we're going to have a look at the current standings at the moment, because after the steward reports I don't think we have had any issues for people degrading. We have someone missing today, and that's the leader of the championship, Tom H. He's currently leading the whole pack, and Arjun, who is racing, is currently driving, so he can definitely get some good points today. And a few drivers going on the mediums. Not sure what's going to happen on the strategies, but I think a medium call will be a quick one. So Arjun and Rocky both are going out on the medium tire compound, and we have Harry Cooley going for the mediums as well. So in third place in the championship we have Gomez, the teammate of Tom H, in the Ferrari, going out on the softs. Of course he will be faster at his first stint, but we will see about that. Sadly Cole Baseball is not available as well, so that's currently the P4 driver in the championship. And we have Gatsby running in P5, really consistent driver in P5, not the fastest, but he can go for a good result today. But we're going to stay on board with the Ferrari of Gomez. He is the first one to set a lap, and there's already one in the gravel, and I think it's an Alfa Romeo Owen. Already touched the slippery curbs. The track is really slippery, so it's really hard to not invalidate or not spin your lap. So we're going through the 180 degrees turn there. It's looking good for Gomez so far. He's picking up a small tip of grass there, but he kept it on track and looks very confident out of that corner. He's now heading into the second straight, picking up some slipstream from the guy in front, and that will definitely help him get to purple sector 2, and he's the first driver to set a lap. And he is now heading into the last chicane, and Gomez is the first driver to set a lap. Let's see, what can he do on those soft tires? 129.6 is the first lap of the day. And Harry Cooley on those mediums, what can he do? He's the next driver to cross the line. Can he get close to that time? Yes, he can. 130.0 on those mediums. Only 4/10 away. So that's a good lap from Harry. And Owen is diving in the pits. So going to have a look on Arjun. He can do a really nice job today. He can take over the championship lead if he gets a good result. So let's see what he can do on those mediums. And he's currently having a 129.8 on those mediums, which is a good lap actually. And Rocky did a good lap as well. But McLaren's really confident on those medium tires. And Nicky Rizzles into P3 and splits the both McLarens at the moment. Farico Toxic and Burger Sword here in P8 and P9. And Sharif cutting that chicane. Missed his braking point. Brother Adam is diving into the last chicane now. Let's see what he can do on those mediums. Can he get himself into the 130s? No. Still 1.5 seconds away. Not a lap. I don't think he's really happy about that. And look at how close the grid is already. I think Arjun is really happy about that. Qualifying lap so far. I think the strategies are really interesting, because if you are going for the medium start, you will definitely go for the medium soft. But at the end we are racing at Japan, so safety cars are probably going to be there. Oh, Burgersort is round and is in the pits now. Holding up. And Rocky is going for another lap, I think. Oh, Rocky! Oh, Rocky almost lost it. And Rocky is not going to improve on his time. He is still only 49 thousandths away of his usual time. But I think he lost a bit of time there by picking up that grass and having a little bit of oversteer. But we're going to stay on board Rocky. Oh, another moment for Rocky there, and that's his lap, not going to be continued. And Arjun is going for another lap, so we're going to stay on board with Arjun. Oh, a sliding moment there. But is Arjun improving? Yes, he is improving by 1.5 tenths at the moment. And the McLaren boys are looking very confident on those medium tires. Arjun 129.6, and he goes to provisional pole position on the mediums. What a lap from Arjun. A great choice from him to start on the mediums. And I think... Oh, Owen spins again. Unfortunate for him. And North Federico is going for a run on those mediums as well. Let's see where he can end up in the Red Bull. North Federico, is he able to put himself in the 129s? No, he isn't, but he is good for P7 at the moment. And those McLaren boys are looking very, very fast. Finguk has invalidated his lap. He didn't set a lap yet. Only 3 drivers on the grid who have set a lap. And Gomez is going for another lap, so let's stay on board with the Ferrari driver. He is currently, is he winning some time? Or is he losing some time on his previous stint? He is winning some time. 64 thousandths, and that's a purple sector 1 for Gomez. We all know that he's running on the softs, but let's see if he can improve. And Gomez now heading into the fast 2 left-handers. And it's looking good for Gomez. Clean so far. But will he be improving? Yes, he is. Another purple So 2/10 up on his current time. He now needs to have a good sector 3. Sector 3 is really quick. And Gomez, what can Gomez do? The one driver, no. 129.3. And goes to that provisional pole position spot. And let's have a look at Nicky Rizzles in the Alpine. He is currently on a hot lap as well, and so is Gatsby. So we're going to see if Gatsby can improve. No, Gatsby aborts his lap and dives in the pit. So we're going back to Nicky Rizzles. Can Nicky Rizzles surprise us all with a good lap time? He's currently 5/10 up. So he's really close to the time of Gomez. Let's have a look. Nicky Rizzles. Can Nicky Rizzles be surprising us? Yes, he can. 8/10 up and goes to provisional pole position with a 129.1. A good lap from Nicky. And brother Adam is also really attacking those corners. Look at him. He did his first lap on the mediums, and which lap is he doing now? Can he improve himself? He's taking the curbs. Look at brother Adam. Nicely done by him. And he is currently already only 4/10 up on his usual time. And that can be done better compared to the medium run he did before. And now brother Adam is going to cross the line with a 130.5, only 6/10 up. And Hutchie is now crossing the line with a 129.4.6. 4/10 away, and he jumps to medium runners now. So the top 6 is within 1 second. With Sharif going on his outlap and Fingerhook is going on his outlap on the mediums as well. And Birkenstock is going for another run. Frico Toxic is aborting his one. And Rocky is going for a run on the softs. Now it's all about, we have 4.5 minutes remaining. Now you need to set a great lap. Oh, those curbs are so slippery. You have to stay away from them in the S's. Oh, really wide there from Rocky, but can he get a good sector 1? Already 3/10 up in sector 1. So that's looking very good for Rocky. Rocky is improving. So we're going to stay on board with Rocky. Let's see what he can do in the McLaren. And I'm not sure what Arjun, is he going for another run on the softs? And I need to invite Neuropirate, I think. Not sure if he is in. Hopefully he can get in really quick. Rocky goes to second fastest now, just 1/10 behind Nicky Rizzles. Nicky Rizzles has set an amazing lap. And Norge Federico goes fourth fastest. And I think Arjun is not going to set a lap. He's still in the pits. So we're going to stay on board with Burgersort. No, he's not going to improve. And will Finguk be able to improve? I don't think he is. But Owen is on a flying lap. So we're going to stay on board with Owen. And Arjun is staying in. So he is not going to set another lap. And brother Adam retires as well. I think he's just happy with the lap he did. And knows that it was not good enough. And we're going to stay on board with Owen. He's now heading into sector 2. And 1.1 second up. He's really looking good so far. Now he needs a good sector 3. No time for mistakes now, Owen. Oh, runs a bit wide and they lost a bit of time there. But he's still going to cross the line in 4th. 129.4. And that puts him in provisional P4 at the moment. A good lap from Owen. I think he lost a bit of time in sector 3. Therefore he could put himself into the front row. And Gomez awarded his lap. Rocky is going for another one. And Arjun is also on an out lap. So a few drivers are going for another lap. And I think it's Gatsby going for another lap as well. But are we going to stay on board? I think with Rocky. Rocky is going and going. But he is already aborting his lap. Maybe he's saving up for another one. He has 15 minutes remaining. And North Federico almost ran out of fuel. Okay, it's now Federico Toxic. But we're going to stay on board with Gatsby. Gatsby is the front runner setting a hot lap at the moment. So we're going to stay on board if he is able to get an improvement. It's really easy to gain some time because of your previous lap not being perfect. So let's see, what can he do at the end of sector 2? He has a McLaren in front of him, but he's currently 4 tenths up. And that puts him currently in P8. And Gatsby is now going to the start finish line. And is he improving? Gatsby can improve, 4 tenths up. And into P8 he goes. And Arjun is currently 1 tenth up in sector 1. Will Arjun be able to grab the pole position away from Nicky Rizzles? He did his previous lap on the medium tire compound. Will he be happy enough to stay at P7 on those mediums, or is he aiming for more? And so is Harry Cooley. Harry Cooley is now crossing the line into P2. 85 thousandths away. And Arjun is having a purple sector 2. And is now heading into sector 3. Can Arjun surprise us all with a great pole position lap? Can he go for that pole position? Yes, he can! Arjun into P1 with an amazing lap on the soft tires. Can you imagine, by only improving 5 tenths, 129.1 for Arjun. And Hachi is aborting his lap. Farico is aborting his lap. So I think this was our qualifying session of today. Really close grid between the first 5, for first 7 I think, within 4 tenths. But also really close by Hachi and Gatsby, who are just right behind them. And we all know that Japan is a really difficult track, so a mistake can be made by everyone. So we're looking forward to have some great racing here at Suzuka. And the current grid is now finished. And a great qualifying performance by Arjun, Nicky Rizzles, Harry Cooley, Rocky, Gomez, Norge Federico, Owen, Hachi, Gatsby, Farico finishes the top 10. Burgersort, Fingerhook, Brother Adam and Sharif are outside the top 10. And no one is starting on the medium tires in the top 10. So we will have a great battle at start, with everyone at the same tire. So if we can have a little speak about all the predictions for today, I think the McLaren of Arjun is looking very, very quick, and he did some great work by putting himself into that pole position spot, because Tom H is not attending today, and Arjun, if he wins or even get a P2, he jumps over him in the championship standings. So we're going to have a thriller of a race, but don't count out everyone on this track, because it's all about the consistency so far. There's no formation lap, so we will be racing directly. So we're almost going here at round 9 of tier 2, and we're on the way here at Japan with a great start from Arjun. Oh, look at Nicky Rizzles, he is Harry Cooley is already in the wall, and there are already 2 drivers in the wall. It's Norge Federico losing his front wing and Harry Cooley losing his entire front wing, and we have a McLaren 1-2 already. No safety car just yet, and no DNF by that collision, which is amazing. Farico Toxic winning 4 positions. A great start from him. Nicky Rizzles had a terrible start, but only lost 1 position. So we are really driving and running here at Japan. And we have, what are the current tire choices? Burgersort on the mediums, and I think the whole outside top 10 qualifiers are on the medium tire compound. So with Burgersort already into P8, which he will be very happy about, winning 3 positions, and Arjun is already pulling a gap to his teammate. At least he's trying, and Gomez is getting closer to Nicky Rizzles. And now it's all about your setup. We have a really close grid. It's really hard to overtake on this track. And we have Gomez really closing into Nicky Rizzles. Nicky Rizzles using some ERS. He's already down to 70%. Well, Arjun and Rocky are probably not going to fight each other too hard. And look at Farico Toxic. Farico Toxic is closing in to Owen. And will he and what happened to Rocky? Rocky got a moment, and that will allow Nicky and Gomez to overtake. I don't think Rocky has damage, but he lost 4 positions, 3 positions, and now Rico Toxic is all over him. So the McLaren 1-2 was a dream for 2 laps, and Hachi gets the move done on Burgersort. And now Arjun is able to get a gap of 1.2 seconds away from Nicky Rizzles to put him out of the DRS. And look at Rocky, he is really putting, oh, it's Rico Toxic running wide. Rico Toxic is running wide and lost a few positions, and that will allow Burgersort to get the move done as well. And Fingerhook is now on the inside of Rico Toxic. He has, oh, Burgersort runs right in front of Fingerhook, and Rico Toxic has just made a small mistake by outbraking himself in the last turn. But he has the advantage on the tires for a couple of laps on Fingerhook, so we will definitely see an attacking move from him in the first couple of laps. He runs a bit wide again. Not sure if he got a warning for that. And position changes currently. The biggest winners are Sharif, Burgersort, Fingerhook, and Catsby and Owen. And tire situations are, the top 7 are running on softs, and behind them is Burgersort. And the gaps are still really close, but look at Nicky Rizzles. He's really putting the pressure on Arjun. We have a battle for P1. Picks up the DRS and gets the fastest lap. He's now really closing into Arjun, taking a look on the inside. No, there's no room for him to stick it on the inside of Arjun. But Arjun has been warned that Nicky Rizzle's pace is there to compete with him. And look at Nicky Rizzles through the S's, really coming closer. And still within the 410s. And he's pulling a gap to Gomez for 1.3 seconds. And we're still going to have a look on the battle between the top 2 runners, with Nicky Rizzles really having great pace at the moment. But the question is, how long can Arjun defend from Nicky? He's really picking up the slipstream now. Arjun is still on 70% of ERS. And Nicky is having a look. He's showing himself. But Arjun has the better exit. And that's important here at Japan. And Arjun is closing in. Oh, Burgersort! Oh, Burgersort just lost out on sector 3. I don't think he has any damage, but he has lost out. And Owen is at the back. Oh, Rocky gets the move done on Owen, and Owen is struggling on those soft tires. And Rocky is back at P4, and now having a 1.5 second gap to Gomez. And look at Hachi and Catsby are having a battle. Look at Hachi, he's closing in. And Hachi is really having a go on Catsby. He is now really close to him and gets a look on the inside. Gets a look on the inside. What a move! What a move by Hachi. a really confident move on the outside of Gatsby, really picking up his slipstream and taking the ERS on at the right moment. Well, that was a very good calculated move by Hachi, and that moves him up into P6. Well, we have a battle between Farico Toxic, Fingerhook, Gatsby as well. Fingerhook and Gatsby are teammates, so will there be team orders? Fingerhook is already low on the ERS, so he's really pushing. Look at this camera view. Oh, Hachi, no! Hachi lost it into turn 1. Unfortunate for him. Oh, that's so unlucky by having that amazing overtaking by Hachi, but he is really unfortunate. And Sharif is really closing in to Farico Toxic now. And Nicky Rizzles is still behind Arjun. A little bit of a moment there. And I think Harry Cooley will be very happy if there is a safety car. And Nicky Rizzles is closing in. Look at him. Now he needs to have a good exit. Needs to take a bit more risk. Oh, a bit of a moment again from Nicky. And he's not going to be close enough to get the move. Now Arjun is weaving and covering the inside and now covering the outside. And Nicky Rizzles is on the inside. And he gets the move done on Arjun. And he is now in P1. A nice move from Nicky Rizzles. After that bad exit, he recovered himself to get the move done on Arjun. And Arjun is just not taking too many risks, because he knows every point counts in the championship. And Nicky has some awesome pace at the moment here around Suzuka. And Owen is still right behind Rocky. So Owen has some good pace as well. There are a lot of battles on track ongoing. I'm trying to find the closest gap on track. I think it's between both teammates, Gatsby and Fingerhook. Will there be team orders? I don't think there will be. Gatsby running a bit wide. Fingerhook is closing in, picking up the slipstream of his teammate. So will there be a move done by Fingerhook? Well, we have a battle behind them with Farico Toxic and Sharif. Look at Fingerhook. He gets the good exit. And he's now turning on his ERS. And the DRS is now enabled. And Gatsby just let him pass. So Fingerhook's on the quicker tire at this moment. And Gatsby's just an amazing team player. But Gatsby just needs to watch out for Farico Toxic right behind him. And Arjun is still within the DRS range of Nicky. We are at lap 8 at the moment, and there's battles ongoing everywhere. And now it's still Owen closing into Rocky. Look at Owen. Look at Owen. He is really closing in. And Owen is having a great pace to match Rocky. He has a penalty, 3-second time penalty, but if you can get in front and just create a gap, then you will be fine. But those drivers are really close by pace, and Federico Toxic gets the move done on Gatsby as well. So Gatsby is definitely struggling. So Federico Toxic moves up to P7 now and is now aiming for the other Haas driver. Harry Cully gets another 3-second time penalty, so that makes 6 for him. He is on 5 lap old, medium tire, and we have a battle between Harry, and Harry is having a look, but Burgersort is now really close behind. We have a battle for P13, and Burgersort is picking up the DRS and some ERS, and Burgersort is having a look on the outside, and is looking to have a great battle between Harry and Burgersort for P13. But we all know that every driver in this tier can have a nice battle. Oh, Harry picks up some grass, and that will allow Burgersort to close in, I think. And Gatsby is still at the back of Federico Toxic. And Owen still right behind Rocky, and we still have Arjun having a look at Nicky Rizzle's back. Oh, it's Burgersort who spun again. Unfortunate for him. And now Harry has some free air to close in to Norwich Federico. Oh, and we have Rocky picking up a 3-second time penalty. So I think these soft runners are struggling a bit more. And I think that will allow Fingerhook to close in on the guys in front of him. If the tires are degrading a lot, then oh, Gomez touched the curb really light. And we got that on stream. Unfortunate for Gomez. And that will promote Rocky again to P3. And Owen is in the back of Rocky. So we have a nice battle for the last podium spot. Provisional. And we have the leader in the pits. Which tire is he choosing? He is going to switch to the hards. And Gomez and Owen are going for the hards as well, I think. No, Owen is going for the mediums, and so is Gomez. So Nicky has chosen to pit for the hard tires. And I'm not sure if that's the right call for him. And Gatsby's in the pits on the mediums as well. And Norwich Federico is not going to be happy about that turn 1 incident. So we still have a few soft runners. So the top 6 haven't made that pit stop yet. And Federico Toxic and Sharif are still looking at the back of Fingerhook. But I think the front runners like Arjun and Rocky are going for their pit stop as well. Not sure what the team calls are, because will 7 seconds be enough for a double stop? No, Arjun is still continuing. And what will Rocky do? Will Rocky dive in the pits? No, Rocky will not dive in the pits and will still continue on his current stint. They're currently driving in P1 and P2, so they are definitely trying to go a little bit longer to make a pit stop for the hards, and we have Farico Toxic overtaking Fingerhook even on the soft tire, which are 11 lap old. And Fingerhook knows that Farico Toxic needs to make a pit stop. Oh, Burgersaur's in the wall. And I don't think this will be a safety car, but a double yellow in sector 1. A look at the tires of Rocky. The left front is graining and the right front as well. So really, I think they will make their pit stop right now. And look at a three-way battle for the last podium spot between Sharif, Fingerhook and Farico Toxic. But we all know that Nicky Rizzles and Owen has made their pit stops. But Sharif is closing into Fingerhook. Will Sharif go for the move? It's a really hard time to overtake. Oh, on the inside, and Sharif gets a late braking move. And gets a 3-second time penalty, and side by side they go, and still side by side they go, with Fingerhook having the better exit. Sharif picks up the DRS and DRS. Fingerhook is running out of DRS, and Sharif is now on the inside. And he gets the move done with having that DRS on Fingerhook, which allowed him to overtake him. And Owen is brutal because his undercut worked on Rocky. Owen is 2.4 seconds away from Rocky there, but has pitted 1 lap earlier. 2 laps, I think. And Arjun is still continuing. And we have Sharif now closing in. Farico Toxic is struggling a bit on his current stint. So we have Sharif probably going for a move. I think Farico Toxic should be pitting in this lap, because he's losing a lot of time compared to Sharif now. But we are not really sure what their strategies will be. But Sharif is definitely picking up the slipstream. He's not coming closer. The straight line speed of Farico Toxic is really nice. And now Farico Toxic is probably diving in the pits. And no, he's still continuing. Farico Toxic is still going for another lap, and so is Arjun. And I'm not sure if that's the right choice. And look at Sharif on the inside of Farico Toxic, and he gets the move done. A little bit of wheel banging into turn 1. But Sharif gets the move done on Farico Toxic and now moves up to P2. And Hachi is now in the pits for some fresh mediums. And Nicky Rizzles is coming closer and definitely going to be happy about the guys battling in front of him. So we're going to stay on board with Nicky Rizzles. What can he do? He's currently in that provisional P1 spot. He just don't need to lose a lot of time to the guys behind, in front of him, and really wants to pass them as quick as possible. But I think we have Arjun now in the pits. Yes, Arjun is diving in the pits. And he's probably choosing for the mediums as well. And we all know that he has some fresh ones. So where will he end up? And we're going to have a look at Nicky Rizzles, because I think Farico Toxic, Fingerhook are probably going to pass him. And yes, they are. So the undercut of Nicky Rizzles has worked. But Arjun is 4.5 seconds away. And Owen is now in provisional P3. And Nicky Rizzles is now really close to Furico Toxic and Fingerhook. Fingerhook is now getting past Furico Toxic, and Furico Toxic is struggling on those softs. Look at Nicky. Nicky's just calculating, where can I overtake him? And he probably just needs to get closer and just make a late dive. He needs to pass him as quick as possible because he's losing time with Arjun closing in. So Nicky Rizzles, you have something to do, man. You need to get past Furico Toxic as quick as possible, and he is picking up some rest now and a slipstream, and he's going to get side by side, and he gets the move done. As we've said, you have something to do, and he did it. So Nicky Rizzles now get past Furico Toxic, and Furico Toxic is probably diving in the pits. Yes, he is. Really great stint from him, to be honest. But I think he lost a lot of time. Rocky gets the fastest lap, so he's definitely hunting down Owen Towler. And Nicky Rizzles is now stuck behind Fingerhook, who is still currently running on his first medium tire. And he will definitely go for a few laps more. I think he will pit in lap 18, 19 probably. And there's no safety cars just yet. So it was a clean race from everyone. We have seen some great battles so far. And Gatsby is now at the back of Brother Adam. Brother Adam is on 15 lap old medium tires, and Gatsby is running on 4 lap old medium tires. Gatsby really wants to pass him as quick as possible, but where will he calculate that move? We all know that Gatsby is a consistent driver, and he is looking to have a go on the outside of Brother Adam, but Brother Adam is covering, and Gatsby just needs to wait for the right moment. He has the better tire, so he don't need to take too much risk. And look at Hachi. Hachi, the teammate of Brother Adam, is closing in, and Brother Adam is definitely helping. And Hachi is closing in and having a look on the inside. Look at Hachi. Oh, side by side. And still side by side they go. And Gatsby gets a good run out of the last corner, and he still stays in front of the teammate of Brother Adam. But Hachi is now closing in and has still a look on the inside. And he gets the move done. What a move again from Hachi. And Hachi is definitely showing that he knows how to overtake. What a move by Hachi. And Gatsby was just a sitting duck there. And now he's stuck behind both Mercedes drivers. And Nicky Rizzles is now into P1 ahead of Fingerhook, and with Arjun running close behind. Arjun won a lot of time the last couple of laps. Really missed out on that one. And Hachi's getting the overtake done on Brother Adam, of course he is. And will Arjun be able to get the move done on Fingerhook? Arjun is looking for an overtake. And Fingerhook's in the pits. Fingerhook is in the pits for some fresh off tires, I believe. And Rocky and Owen are having a battle, and Rocky is having a look on the inside. And they're going to... Oh! Rocky spun! Did he get tapped by Owen? No DNF so far, which is great to see, but there was a small moment on track between Rocky and... Rocky is now really far behind. And Gomez is already having a look on him. Look at Rocky and Gomez. And Rocky is now defending for his life to maintain that P4. And Sharif pitted for the fresh off tires, which is amazing. Some great strategy from Sharif so far. Sharif is definitely on a hunt now on those fresh shafts. He can really put the pressure on Hachi. And let's have a look. Gomez is really closing in now on Rocky and Arjun. No, we're going to switch back to the battle for the lead, because that's so much better to watch between Arjun and Nicky Rizzles. Both having amazing... Oh, Nicky had a moment, but he still kept it on track. Great save by him. Oh, those curves. Please stay away from them, guys. They're so slippery. And... we're currently having Nicky Rizzles on the hot 7-lap old hards compared to Arjun, who is on 3-lap old mediums. Arjun had a long stint on those softs, so he definitely has the advantage on the tires. So we have a battle on our hands, guys. But I don't think it's going to take a lot of time for Arjun to overtake him. And Sharif is really closing in now on Hachi on those soft tires, and we have a yellow in sector 1. But we're going to switch back to the battle for the lead. Arjun is saving up some ERS behind Nicky Rizzles. And I think Arjun has the strategy in his hands. So we're going to see if Arjun has the better exit on Nicky Rizzles. Will he be able to get the move done? He pick up the DRS and DRS enabled. No DRS needed. And he have a look on the inside. And he already got side by side into turn 1 and turn 2. And Arjun is already ahead of him in turn 2. So Arjun is now in the lead. And Nicky Rizzles is right behind him. And we have a battle between Fingerhook and Gatsby. Fingerhook on the soft tire. So he gets the move done, and so is Sharif. Sharif gets past Hachi. And Sharif moves up to P6 now. So we're going to have a look at the current penalty situations. Owen, Rocky, Gomez, Sharif and Hachi having 3-second time penalties. With Harry Cooley having 9 seconds, Bergersrud having 6. But it's really important for the guys in from P3 to P7 to not get another penalty, because there's a really close battle ongoing. And Sharif is the biggest winner so far. And he's probably going to win even more on those fresh soft tire. And Harry Cooley is in the wall, and we have a safety car. Oh, and what is everyone going to do now? Oh, Nicky and Arjun has. And Rocky's in the pits, switching to the fresh soft tire. And Nicky and Arjun, the leaders, have passed the pit lane entry. Oh, look at them. Everyone's pitting for the fresh soft tire. Oh, I'm not sure why. Norch, why are you not pitting for the fresh soft tire? Come on. That's just stupid. Or is he taking the gamble to not get a penalty and just have track position? No, you're going to lose a lot of positions by running on those hards. So we're going to have a look at the current tire situations. Finghook has pitted at the right moment. Sharif has pitted at the right moment, but will they switch for some other tires? No, I don't think they will. So I think Sharif and Finghook are going to be very happy about this. But what are the front runners going to do? Arjun, is he going to dive in the pits and going to give over his lead? No, he's not. And Nicky is. Nicky Rizzles is in the pits, guys. He is going to switch for these soft tires. And so is Owen. Oh, Arjun. You could have... I'm not sure if you can keep this on those mediums. And I think Nicky will even stay in front of Sharif. I'm not sure if he is. No, he's not. Sharif is jumping. And so is... No, Owen is not. And Finghook is not as well. So Nicky Rizzles has made an amazing pit stop. Nicky Rizzles will be definitely happy about this one. Oh, and it's still Norge not pitting. Oh, guys, what a race. Arjun on the 6th lap old medium tires, and with having 4 or 5 front runners behind him, soft runners. Holy moly, now it's all about not getting a penalty and just have a good race. Arjun is quick on those mediums. We've seen that in qualifying, but will he be quick enough to keep Nicky Rizzles behind him? Oh, Nicky Rizzles is running. Oh, Nicky, what? Nicky, what's happening? Sharif gets a 5-second time penalty. It's probably going to be removed after the race, so because he got a small touch by Nicky. So Sharif, that's something I have seen, so don't worry about your 5-second time penalty. We'll get that removed. So still no safety car in this lap, so we're going for another lap behind the safety car, and let's have a look at who's where at this moment. We have a lot of drivers losing positions. Look at Sharif. He is winning 12 positions so far, and I think Finghook is driving an amazing race, and he's on the right tire as well. 4 lap old soft, and Sharif is on 5 lap old soft, so the guys behind him are having a bit more, and a lot of drivers have lost some positions. There are only 4 drivers who won some positions, so interesting to see where it can end up. And still penalty situation, Sharif having 8 seconds, but his 5 seconds will be removed. And Owen 3 seconds, Rocky 8, Gomez 3, IC 3, and Burgershout having 6 seconds of penalties. So we're going to have a small sprint race ongoing at the last laps here at Suzuka. Looking at that brand nice safety car from Aston Martin, the green one, looking very sick. It's still really important to have your tires on the right temperature after the restart, because the last corner is really tricky by going on throttle too early. If your tires are too cold, we can see a spin there. Will we have another lap behind the safety car, or will we have it inside now, and it's Arjun who is able to set the pace, and we're going to race again. And Arjun is really looking confident on those mediums. We all know he is. When is he going? And I think he's going now. Arjun is going now with a few at the back. Oh, look at Rocky already on the inside of Owen. And Rocky's already having a look. And look at Fingook defending for his life. And gets pushed wide. I'm not sure. Yeah, Fingook gets pushed wide by Owen, and Owen moves up to P4, and look at Arjun already gaining and gaining on those medium tires, and we have someone spinning at the back, and now will Sharif be able to catch up on Arjun on those soft tires? But Nicky's on the fresh softs. So Sharif needs to be very cautious with Nicky behind him. And we only have a few laps to go. And Arjun is still on winning course at this moment. And look at Gomez. He's definitely looking to have a go on Norwich. And Gomez is having a look on the inside. And puts himself on the inside. And he gets the move done. Better traction. And Nicky Rizos gets the fastest lap. So that's an extra point for him. And Rocky gets the move done on Owen. Oh, another spin. Oh, Rocky and Owen are not friends. Rocky and Owen are not friends. 2 touches in this race and still 2 spins by Rocky. Rocky will be furious. And Nicky wants to pass Sharif as quick as possible, but he is struggling behind him. Sharif has some good pace on his hands, so... Oh, Ricky. A small moment there for Nicky Rizzles. And as it stands, Fingerhook is going to the podium. Or is he not? No, I don't think he is. But I don't think Sharif will be able to catch up on Arjun. Arjun has some good pace on those mediums. But will Sharif be able to catch him? And Nicky is also still stuck behind Sharif. He will overtake him because of penalties, but still. Oh. And I don't think we're going to have a lot of battles yet. Norwich Federico is still going and going on those hard tires, but he's struggling with some fresh sufferers behind him. And we're still going to have a look at the front run battle between Nicky, Sharif and Arjun. And the strategy of Sharif paid out as hell, because he was amazing today. So Archie gets a 3-second time penalty. That will not help him at the end of the race. And Gomez Janta is going to have a look on the inside, outside now of Fingerhook. Will he stick it up there? Still going to stick it up there. Oh, Oh, Norch. That's a bit. That was not really needed. Nicky Rizzles is just no. Oh, close. And the last lap is on. So Arjun is probably going to win this one. He will be happy with Sharif. Sharif defended his win. And Nicky couldn't pass him in the last laps. At least for now. And we have Nicky Rizzles. Still, oh, look at Nicky. He's really taking some risk now to get the overtake done on track. Not by penalties. Arjun is going to win. And Arjun will be doing amazing stuff today for the championship standings. He will be passing Tom H for the championship lead. To get another win here in Tier 2. So we're going to stay on board with the winner today in Suzuka if he doesn't make a mistake in the last corner. And I don't think he is going to do that. Sharif 3 seconds. Oh. Sharan, the winner is Arjun. Nicky Rizzles in P2. Owen in P3. Gomez jumps Sharif. And Fingerhook gets into P3. Fingerhook gets into P3. Grabbing an amazing podium for him. Owen into P4. Norge Federico into P5. Federico Toxic. And Sharif. I'm not sure what happened to that standings, but Gomez in 7, Brother Adam in 8, Gatsby in 9, and Sharif, because of his 13 seconds of penalties, moves himself into P10. I think he can get 5 seconds removed by having that collision with Nicky Rizzles, but Arjun takes another win and takes the lead in the championship standings for the drivers. So big congratulations to the McLaren driver with just an outstanding performance again, and he's a really championship contender. I can't wait for Tom H to return. But the winner of today is Arjun, followed by Nicky, who drove an amazing race as well. And Fingerhook, definitely my driver of today, with coming from P12 now into P3, grabbing that podium spot. Only a few thousands, look at that, a few hundreds. To Owen, Norge Federico into P5, Rico Toxic in 6, Gomez Janta in 7, Brother Adam in 8, Gatsby in 9, Sharif in P10, but we all know that Sharif gets 5 seconds removed, so I think Sharif will get to P3. Hachi in P11, Bergersort in P12, Rocky in P13, and Harry Cooley into P14. So I want to thank you for watching, and I really enjoyed this race. I will see you next time.